We are living in unparamount times. The times that we are living in has never been as it is today. The Lord forewarned us that the day of the Lord was not going to come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed. The son of perdition who oppose and exalt himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped. We just had a startling announcement by a guy by the name of Benjamin Creme, who claimed to be the forerunner for Maitreya. On January 14th, he made an announcement that the Maitreya, the man of sin, the Antichrist, made his first appearance on American television networks. In 2000, while listening to a talk show called KGO 810 on the AM dial in the West Coast, there was an announcement made that the Maitreya, along with the Master of Wisdom, had come, and they were here, and they were active in the world, and they were preparing the world to help solve global problems, to help bring justice and peace and equality and love to this world. And they have been working behind the scenes to prepare us for this day until his emergence.
For over 30 years, artist, author and lecturer Benjamin Creme has been preparing the way for the biggest event in history, the emergence of Maitreya the World Teacher and his group, the Masters of Wisdom. Millions of people have heard his information and wait expectantly for this momentous event. On the 12th of December 2008, Share International Foundation distributed a news release announcing that in the very near future, a large bright star would appear in the sky, visible throughout the planet night and day, a sign of Maitreya's imminent open emergence. The star, the herald of Maitreya, seen throughout the world, has done its work. At his latest public lecture at Friends House, Euston Road, London, on the 14th of January 2010, Benjamin Creme made the following announcement.
Maitreya recently gave his first interview in America, the first of many such interviews. He followed in Japan and Europe and so on. The master of all the masters, for the first time in human history, himself physically came on a well-known television program in a major network in the United States, but undeclared as Maitreya. As one of us. And he gave that interview. It would be watched probably by many millions, probably, I don't know, 10, 12, 30, 40 millions who watch American television. And furthermore, on the internet. And that's the first time such an event has ever happened. Can you imagine what it means? For the first time in human history, the world teacher not only can come himself, but can speak to the world through the linked television channels of the world and address all humanity. His name is Maitreya, but he will not use that name until enough people are responding to him and what is called the day of declaration has arrived. Then Maitreya will come before the world on the day of declaration and acknowledge his true status. By this time he will become very well known and obvious as being somebody speaking along certain lines, telling humanity what he believes is necessary to change life for the better and save the planet and to save starving millions from ignominious death, and so embark on the creation of a new civilization. Maitreya is about peace. He says, you know, it's so easy. You could make a world, simply wonderful, harmonized world, if you like. It is so easy. All you need to do is to make peace. And he says the most important thing in the world is peace. Because if we have peace, we have war. And if we have war, we could have major war. That would be the end of life on planet Earth. How do we do it? He says you have to create justice in the world. Justice. He said without justice there will never be peace. So we have to redress the anomalies in the world. One little section of the world, the G8 nations of the world, usurp and greedily waste most of the resources of the world. Half the world are living in poverty. Millions of them are dying of starvation, even as I speak, for want of the food which is rotting away in the storehouses of the developed world. That's the fact of it. We can only afford one world. That world has to be one in fact and in deed. And the only way to get peace is to create justice. The only way to get justice is to have trust. How do you get trust? There'll never be justice if there's no trust. So the only way to create trust is to share the resources of the world. This is the year of the tiger. And the year of the tiger, according to Maitreya, is a year in which great things take place. Great big things take place. The tiger brings about big change. And humanity will wake up in this year and from now on and will demand of its governments changes which up till now it thought it would never get. And the world will undergo quickly a change set in motion in this coming year by humanity itself.
This guy named Benjamin Krim, I've been observing him for possibly 15, 14 years. And on the interview that he gave, it might have been in 2004, 2005, he was on 560 KSFO. It's a talk show called Coast to Coast with George Norrie, which is the host. And he interviewed Benjamin Krim. And he asked him specifically what was hindering the coming of Maitreya. But Benjamin Krim specifically said that Maitreya was waiting for the economy of the United States, of the U.S., to collapse. And the reason why he said that is that Americans are so complacent and so content with the material things that they have and the monies that they attain through the financial system that we have, which is capitalism, that in order for Maitreya to come, that these people have to have a situation that calls them to look outside of themselves. But thanks be to God, the Most High God, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. But we trust not in our flesh. We trust not on the situation of this world. Our foundation is not based upon situations. We should be able to separate us from the love of God. Should death, should pearl, should famine. So the whole intent of this video is to encourage you, to motivate you to truly get serious about your faith. So much more information which I want to divulge. I want to go into Madame Patrona Blavatsky. It all started with her, H.B. Blavatsky. Then it was Alice A. Bailey. And Alice A. Bailey had a publishing company, Lucis Trust, which does all the publications for the United Nations. We can't forget about the Vatican, the Catholic Church. The Bible calls her Mystery Babylon.